Yo, it's the Latin Bass Assassin. What's up? What's happening, dudes? And we are back at it again. This is 30 times 2 plus possibly 8 days of consecutive fishing. We are back. Hopefully people get notifications this time. Who knows? Who knows what YouTube is up to? But we do have a non-zero streak to continue. We will attempt to continue that. Yesterday was a grind. Oh, a little mallard, huh? Yo, what up, Colin? All right, I'm gonna post up a little differently. Colin is out on the water fishing. That's what's up. You know we're gonna be expecting those lunker picks from Colin. Colin, what are you fishing for, bro? And I don't mean to bother you while you're fishing. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you'll get a little taste of what it feels like. To be chatting while you're fishing. All right, guys, this is the Rodcast, the home of the BBL. And as always, the Rodcast is filmed before live studio commenters. Sometimes commenters become hecklers, and sometimes hecklers become homies. Travis, what's up? All right, guys, so I'm posting up just a little bit differently than I do usually. I saw some stuff that looks good from over here as well. So bass and pike. He's gonna drop that Nico on him. All right, dudes. Somebody has already turned up the heat. There is zero wind out here. Almost zero wind. Yo, old school, what's up, my dude? I'm gonna have to get a drink of water back here, guys. I haven't drank any water. We gotta stay ahead of the hydro game. I am trying to piece together. I'm also trying to stay ahead of the GoPro game. Because if we don't keep the GoPro cool, that sucker is gonna there we go. We took a swig. Let the air conditioning begin. It's just a little sweat. We get some air conditioning going. Yo, what up, Kendall? Travis said he did okay somewhere. Travis, you were out here on Guntersville. It is already hot, guys. Water temp right here is 86. Oh, okay. I knew you were local, but I didn't know you were local, bro. So as we always keep it real here, guys, I got up at 4:30. Then I was like, let's hit the snooze on that for a little bit. Next thing you know, 4:30 became 6. And I was like, what the heck? How did that happen? It just happens. Moral of the story is, do not hit snooze. If you snooze, you lose. That's what's been said in the past, so we'll go with that. The heat makes you loco, dog. We have flat, calm water right now. You guys saw yesterday was a little breezy. Now, I was marking some structure down here, but I'm not really feeling it. That's why I pulled off over here, but I don't feel it. It's looking better than what I'm feeling down here. I would mostly agree with you there, Travis. All right, so then it's in this direction. Trying to find that freaking stuff I marked. I think I found some of it. Bro, but you gotta cover up from the sun, dog. That way you keep your pearly legs. All right, so I found the area. What is that gonna mean in terms of bites? I don't know, but the heck was that? We are in 16 feet of water. The heck? Well, Well, bros, if you guys are going to do it correctly, you're probably going to have to wear shorts as short as stashes. Bro, you would just have to wear the proper undergarments. That's all. I mean, you guys have seen Unlimited in his shorts. He seems to be fine. So it is Sunday morning, guys. And we are trying to pay out that $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. We are slow rolling a jig in all this rock out here. And I can assure you there is plenty of it. It is church day for Travis, and probably Kendall as well. Dudes, I brought the same trippy shoes. This might not end well for me. For Tennessee, I gotta see what Ken was talking about. I'm leaving this morning for Tennessee. Interesting. Kendall's got some business he's just cruising up to Tennessee for. Well, safe travels, Kendall. Dude, it's dangerous out here in the rocks. Life in the rocks is dangerous. In the grass, you're probably usually gonna get your stuff back, but not out in the rocks. It's not big. It is not big, but we are also not gonna make the mistake that we did yesterday. That continues our non-zero streak, homies. The pressure is off. Now we can slowly roll this bait all over the place. The consecutive non-zero streak continues. Ah, yeah, thank God. Thank the good Lord that our consecutive non-zero streak is alive. And now we can just fish. We can just fish. Now we don't have to go crazy chasing these fish all over the place, trying to figure out what to make them bite. But there we go, guys. Thank the good Lord that is out of the way. And now we can just continue. Q Unlimited. Now I'm talking about I was slowly crawling that through there, guys. And this is exactly how I hooked into that fish that I missed. I just slow rolled it, let it sit there for a little while, and then slow rolled it. Did you guys get a notification? Travis, I have not seen any of this bunching up that you speak of. Aw, dude. this morning, when I stepped on the scale, I cracked 175. Now, it was a high 175. It was like 175.8 or 9, something like that. But I did crack 175. And in wrestling, all you got to do is crack 175. You just got to crack the weight and you're good. So you could be 175 and change. It could be 175 and change. So I guess nobody got a notification. I could throw a shaky head, but I'm concerned that it is not going to come back. What up, Creel? What's happening? Creel, our non-zero streak, it lives. We caught a tiny one just right now on a half-ounce jig. But that tiny one counts. Oh, GM said he weighed 175 when he was 10. Dude, when I was 10, I was probably weighing like, I don't know, 75 pounds. When I was a freshman in high school, I was barely cracking 100. All right, guys, so, yo, GM, are you out here, dog? Are you out here in the even more heat than yesterday heat? It's gotta be lying. GM, what if I start losing weight and then I start reversing the aging process? If I get back to 100 pounds, then I'll be like, I'll have the youth of myself when I was in high school. I'm basically doing a Benjamin Button situation here. Oh, GM's up by Waterfront. But GM probably got up early. He didn't snooze his alarm. Yo, what up, Snoozuk? I didn't sleep late, bro. I woke late. Well, technically, I did sleep late, Krill. You're right. Because it's about like 11 and change when I went to sleep. So, oops. 11 and change, so I slept late. And then I woke up on time. But then I hit the snoozer, bro. And then I went back to sleep. So, you know. Anyways. All right, guys. Colin had jumped in and he said that he was fishing somewhere. So if you guys could keep all your comments to a low roar because he's fishing and we do not want to scare away the fish. We got to show him the same respect that we show everyone else. We stay quiet. Snoozuk still needs to weed whack. He's out there doing those Sunday morning chores. Did you guys see that we saw the homie Rob? It's always good to see a homie at the ramp. Homies are much more preferred over the other option. Dang, bro, it sounds like you're gonna be, you got a lot of honeydews right there. We've switched angles, guys. Oh, you're right, Kendall. I should have complimented him on his waxed boat. You are right. Rob, that boat was expertly waxed, dog. It is the most cleanest waxed boat I've ever seen. I'm gonna throw this deep diving crank. It catches more fish if you wax your boat. Silver, you're about to go get waxed. Where are you, BBL Plus? I know you lurk here. I'm hung up on a rock. Come on now. Come on, baby, one time. Also, I'm going to change to the lipless crankbait that the stash was using. I got one of those. I just got to put it on. So we can be far away twinsies. Get cute. I wish you luck in all your whacking endeavors, bro. May they be as pleasant and rewarding as you would expect them to be. It's hard to stay on top of this shade business. I'm trying to shade the phone, but every time I stand and make shade, it just changes. Tackle Warehouse is having a sale. Well, that's too bad for Snazook, dog, because he chose a Bass Pro Shop card. Maybe I shouldn't have let out that information. Maybe that was a personal choice of his, and he didn't want people to know that he chose a Bass Pro Shop. One little fish. Okay. I'm gonna throw a shaky head out here. They might not want to munch on a full jig, but I feel like they will munch on the shaky head. I don't know why they're not ever hitting this deep diving crank for me, dog. But anyways, all right, guys. Remember, we are fishing for that 5-pound BBL plus. That 5-pound BBL plus will pay out a $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card through a random drawing to somebody watching while we catch it live. We have not seen one of those fish in a little bit, dogs. We will not lie to you. We have not seen one in a little bit. And by a little bit, we mean since the weekend. Last weekend, not this weekend. I'm still working my shaky head out there, guys. It might not be in proper hook set position once it gets bit, but we'll figure that out later. What I'm looking for the lipless crankbait that matches Mustach's lipless crankbait. Okay. Not in any of that. Where'd he go? Very interesting. I don't think I gave him to the stash. Oh, he's down here on the floor. I should have checked the floor first. Should have just checked the floor. I'm throwing what I believe to be a 1/4 ounce shaky head with a mag dizzy. All right, let's change this guy. That is a proper breakdown right there, Krill. But you forgot the 5th option. The Tackle Tavern. Not that that was helpful if it was there, but the Tackle Tavern is the 5th option. Colin, I've only got one small fish, but it continues the non-zero streak. So we are grateful for that little fish. In fact, that little fish was pretty brave because it ate a 1/2 ounce jig. Why? I don't know. It was a lot braver than these BBLs that are probably swimming around here. Those little chickens. We can check it while we're out on the water, dog. We just asked the moderator. We're all like, yo, moderator, is this bait over there? And then she says, yes. And I'll be like, got it. What the heck is going on here? It just doesn't help us, though, when we find it. We could tackle dash it if we're close to somewhere that the moderator is, then we could tackle dash it. Bros, this lipless crankbait has like some of the rustiest hooks. Do they even have hook points? That one, not so much. That one, not so much. That one's a maybe. All right, guys. I learned something here. Apparently, you can rust off the points of your hooks. Now, the rest of your hook is going to be semi-okay. But the points of your hook are going to be rusted off. But we're going to throw that anyway, because anyways. We'll throw it in a second. They are overrated, Creel. What up, Ron? Hook points are overrated. I tend to rely mainly on my hook set. But hook points, so overrated. Because I'm going to tell you, dog. Let's just say, and hopefully this hasn't happened to anybody and never will, but let's just say that that there's a vehicle with metal pipes in front of you. And the vehicle, one of the metal pipes falls off of that vehicle and it heads straight for your windshield. Well, that metal pipe does not have a hook point, but I can guarantee you that if it impacts you, it will impale you. So, that's what I'm saying. That's the logic that I'm using. If my hook set is machine enough, then there would be no reason that I shouldn't be able to hook that fish. That's my logic. But, I mean, that's why the channel is filmed before live studio commenters, so that people can jump in and be all like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure that's the way it works. But I believe we'll be all right. All right, I'm gonna try, bromance. All right, guys, sorry There will be no BBLs caught or BBL pluses caught during the morning portion because Bromance requested that we wait until the afternoon portion of the show so that he could watch and win his $100 Bass Pro Shop or Tackle Warehouse gift card. But hopefully you have a good day at work, Bromance. That's the most important part right here, dog. Ron is correct. Something may work for one and not for another. But we'll see what happens out here. What is the deal? There should be a lot of rock over there. Why am I not feeling this rock? Maybe it's because I got to cast in this direction, dummy. I was looking at my map wrong. I'm right there, so I got to cast over there. Que pues? I was basically in the dirt. All right, so if I'm casting there, Bromance, in case you didn't see it, Colin said, hopefully you have a good day, dog. All right, I feel a little bit of rock. That almost felt like a bite, but it turns out rock. That feels like a rock, and it is a rock. Boy, son of a fish, I knew that this shaky head, the round ones, stuck in the... So, we're going to have to play around with this and see what exactly the outcome is. There is a flat up here. I am in 14 feet of water. It gets a little shallower, probably about like 8 to 10 feet up there. There's a bite. Ah, that is not a bite now. It was a bite, and man, they hung me up. Did I get my power problem fixed? Negative, bro. I'm assuming it's, I mean, there wasn't much time between when I got off the water, when I took everything down, when I ate my first meal of the day, and when I was watching The Accountant, there wasn't enough time for me to figure out my power problem at that point. But I believe it's going to have to be a problem where I have to take Silver to the vet and get her looked at. I do plan to fish till about 11-ish, guys. The batteries didn't fully charge. They got a decent amount of charge, but not fully. And by that I mean my one starter battery didn't fully charge. That's the one that is connected to the main motor but doesn't get charge off of the motor for some reason. So we are going to have to we're going to have to go back and charge them for an afternoon sesh. And then probably Tuesday or so, depending on the weather, maybe even tomorrow, we'll go further up the lake now that we have the ability to see how much power that battery has, so we know when to call it quits. Let's throw that lipless crankbait. Can't really feel the rock with this. I don't know, might be a personal problem here. And Silver's spinning around, making it harder for me to put shade on my phone. Oh, something hit me. Maybe it was my not sharp hooks, my hooks with no hook point. Man, sometimes that creel guy, he might know stuff. But let's see. Letting it sink all the way to the bottom. It took a long time, but it is finally on the bottom. And I think I'll raise it up just a couple feet and then attempt to I think that might have been it hitting the bottom on that one. Oh, I didn't say anything, dog. What was it in particular that you wanted me to say? I don't remember. You know, I say a lot of crazy things on here, Creel, so I don't remember exactly what that statement was that piqued your interest. Well, I tell you, Creel, the hooks are sharp enough to get into a rock or whatever I am hung up in right here. And we're free. Make that my next short. Me getting stuck? No way, bro. Nobody wants to see that. Sorta, but not really, dog. This is definitely, like right now we are in 12 feet of water, and then it drops off. So, and then the channel right is off to our left. So we're sort of fishing the ledges, but I wouldn't really call this particularly a ledge, dog, but dang, bros. I mean, dudes, let me show you. This, all of that, bro. How, why, what? Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. Apparently you guys are gonna get it upside down, so just use your brain flipping or capabilities. So let's see if you guys can see that. So right about there, I mean, you guys can see all that rock and stuff broken up, but right about there, there's a whole group of fish right there. And then if you guys could use your abilities to flip stuff in your brain, you can see that. I'm assuming you guys could see that. It's kind of tough. But you were able to see that. traditional sonar one. That's what I'm saying, bro. Stacked, but not stacked on the end of the line. And that's the problem. We need them stacked on the end of the line. I mean, they're stacked right on the drop where you expect them to be. All nice. Right now I'm throwing a lipless crankbait. I'm yo-yoing it through there. We'll throw a shaky head or a jig in a little bit. Also a deep diving crank, but you know. Oh, my dude. Flutter spoon. I do not have one on the boat. I keep forgetting to put one on the boat. But whatever these fish are, I assure you, there are a shad ton of them. Maybe I need to keep it off the bottom and maybe run it mid-range and then kill it, let it drop. Hey, would you look at that? One just came up right next to me and was like, "What's up, dog? This is what we look like." But yeah, it just came up right there. I don't know if you guys were able to see that, but we've only been able to get one fish to bite here, and it was a tiny fish. We are in 16 feet of water. He might have been, bro. He came up just to take a peek, and he was like, oh, never mind, guys. We don't got to worry about this guy. He's harmless. I don't even know what he came up to eat. He just came up and kissed the water, maybe even blew me a kiss. Who knows? It was just them letting me know. Oh, we're here, dog. These are the fish you want. But you just can't catch them. I'm now throwing a deep diving crank, a 6XD. If nothing else, I will bowling ball through all those fish. Let me check this 6XD. I feel like he's not running true. All right, he's got a little bit of eelgrass on him, but now let's see what he runs. What he runs like. Yeah, he seems to be going off to the right. So if I cast on that line right there, he goes off to the right. All right, guys, I guess we're gonna have to do a slight modification because this 6XD is not running true. Let's do a little mod, see what happens. You heard the fish saying that, huh? Krill thinks they said, throw a mega bass. Unlimited thinks they said, the bassassin is here. Save yourselves. All right, guys, I'm trying to do a little mod here. Let's see if I don't break this. He's running off. Oh, now I got him. I did it too much. Now he's running off to the left. All right, so the mod was too modded. Now he runs to the left. This is like a Goldilocks situation here. And by the time Goldilocks figures it out, this thing will probably be broken. All right, let's try this guy now. He's still got a little bit of a right lean. Now we'll go a little to the left. Let's see if that's enough. Are you kidding me, Doug? Just trying to see if you got a right lean. Oh, that guy might be perfect now. Bull's wide shot, little bros. Oh, he had some eelgrass on him. Jury is still out. Let's try it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now he's got less of a right lean. Let's see how he works out in the wild. Wide shot, little bros. Now he's going straight. He was scared straight. All right. On the bait mod, on the water mods. Sorry guys, what I did there was he was running to the right. So I was looking at the chingle dingles. We always look at the chingle dingles. That's the first place you start. All right, so in case you guys are unaware of this, which most of you guys are avid fishermen, so you will know, there is a little, forget about this little clip that you tie to, right? There's that little loop right there that the metal clip or the split ring is connected to. If he's running to the right, going in, well, my left now, but when I'm fishing, he's running to the right. Then you just bend that metal piece. You bend that slightly to the left, which is my right now, but the left, because if I was looking at it like that, then it would be my left. If he's running that way, then I'm pushing it that way. So you just move that back and forth until it runs true. But again, there are all kinds of different levels of anglers here. So some of you might have been all like, yeah, and some of you might have been all like, interesting. And some of you might have been all like, just catch a fish, fool. We don't care what modifications you do. Just catch a fish. So there are all different types of anglers watching. But now he runs pretty straight. Now, will that change the outcome? I don't know. I just know that he runs pretty straight. And actually, now that he's running as straight as he is now, he seems to be going deeper because he's no longer going off to the side and wasting some good distance right there. He's digging down. Now, if only we had figured this out a long time ago instead of just right now, because we fished this guy for a while like this and barely realized this guy looks like he's going off to the side. Because that means he wasn't getting down as deep as we thought he was. And I think yesterday or some day before that, I was like, I don't feel like this guy's getting as deep as he should. All right, we are going to throw a shaky head or a jig in this area. Dang, this guy goes a lot deeper. Dang, I wish I had this guy the way he is now in those other spots on the real ledge area. Dang it. Rob, I think you are incorrect. Unlimited would not be in your boat. He's clearly in my boat right now. Just opposite of how it runs. That is correct. You just got to move it ever so slightly because that I clearly overdid it. And then I corrected. Hey, Snozook. I got a question for you, dog. Maybe it'll take your mind off of weed whacking. You check your email. We're throwing a shaky head. We are going to get some water. Wait. All right, so I'm throwing the shaky head. It has a Mag Dizzy worm on it. All right, so. Uh-oh. What I was afraid of. The shaky head is prone to getting stuck right here. I don't know what it is. It's possibly a rock or a tree that this thing goes off of that drop. It just kind of sinks down into it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, did I ever tell you guys I'm not a fan of ball head shaky heads? I may or may not have said that once yesterday, maybe twice. Son of a fish. I don't think this is a shaky head's problem, though. I think that's a line right there. Yep, it was line. It was line, but when other line goes up against FC Sniper, well, night line. Rob Unlimited wants to know if you and Thrav are out there. I could answer that question, but it was not directed to me, so. But yes, guys, Snozook was the winner of the 3K subscriber giveaway. So he's been paid out. And now we are just on our last subscriber giveaway. But again, those subscriber giveaways, I have no control over them. That is up to you guys. We do them every 500 subscribers. So I cannot control how many subscribers decide to jump in on the channel. I think if you go into Bass Pro Shop, I think they do have ammo there, bro. Wait a second. Did Colin say he just got rained off a lake? Colin, aren't you the guy that said, if this guy can't fight a cloud, how is he going to fight a mountain lion? I think I remember that. Vaguely, at least. I think I vaguely remember somebody saying something about clouds and mountain lions. And his name had something about camping in it. But I might be wrong. Man, there's a lot of fish here, but they are not wanting to bite. Oh, Steve. Nah, man. My shoes are still unglued. Steve, I got to my house like at 9. I just had enough time to get the boat covered and whatnot. And then eat. Try and finish a movie. And then go from there. There's a fish swirling in my 1 o'clock. Boom, boom. Looks like there was one at 2:30 also. So I'm telling you guys, there are fish all over the place here. Left, right. I can't seem to get these guys to bite. I guess Thrav is feeling the thravity of a hangover, maybe. Wait a second, guys. So down there, my hook got bent out. Good thing I saw that. I don't know if that's how it was intended to be, but that's how it's gonna be. Maybe I even modified it better than what it was. I'm gonna try and run this guy parallel to the drop right here. Dudes, I see bait. I see all kinds of stuff. So frustrating. I don't think I totally disagree with your assessment there, Steve. That assessment right there might get some play. All right, Steve, let's check this out. Now, here's the thing, Steve. Whatever I see over there, I'm almost 100% certain that those are going to be smaller fish. And that is where the problem lies. The size of the fish that we are dealing with. Should I chase those guys? Or should I continue the very laborious process of looking for the Sábado Gigantes, even though we are Sunday? All right, guys, I am going to throw my American shad. American shad? But I thought that was a crankbait. Yeah, but it's also... Actually, I could throw my ghost minnow, but I don't know where it is. Throw that guy to the floor. In case you guys remember, let me know that it's on the floor. When I ask, whatever happened to my deep diving crank? Then you guys will be all like, it's not in the rod locker, bro. It is on the floor. Okay, so this jerkbait is missing an eyeball, but it does not have rusty hooks. So that's also, I mean, there's pluses and minuses with this guy. Positives and negatives. All right, guys. We are throwing this American shad. Washalo. Well, let me turn it with the eyeball side. Washalo. Look at that American shad. Muy sexy, bros. All right. Dang, I haven't thrown a jerkbait since the fall or since the winter of 2024. Could even be the spring of 2025. In the spring of 2025, Latin Bass Assassin would throw a jerkbait, a Lucky Craft jerkbait, not one of those mega bass jerkbaits that Creel likes to throw. All right, well, let's position over the area that I believe to have the most potential for success. And that way we give this jerkbait its best shot. Wow, this feels so weird. The 20-foot diver. It takes some work. This guy's like a walk in the park. It's like I'm not even really fishing. Winter 2025. Apparently goes like 5 feet though. Negative, Steve. I am on the upstream side. But by upstream, I mean, bro, there's not much of anything happening. There's not much of any current movement. It is just kind of, we're in the pool. Oh, dang. GM's got life figured out. He's got that life hack. Hey guys, did someone just turn on? Someone mess with the thermostat?